Hello again, your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History of Comics podcast. This time with another edition of the classics with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World by Bryan Lee O'Malley. For anyone who hasn't read this was a classic trade paperback series that ran for 6 volumes from 2004 to 2010 that entailed the adventures of Scott Pilgrim, a slacker living in Toronto and part-time musician who finds himself falling in love with the mysterious Ramona Flowers, only to have to deal with her 6 evil exes, or actually her 7 evil exes, who appear over 6 volumes as he must fight to defeat them and win her love. This is a classic and hilarious series. It has equal parts mix of manga, classic video games, and so forth, but also has a nice deep story about, falling in love and how in many ways you are dating your ex's previous boyfriends and or girlfriends, and what that says about that person. Bryan Lee O'Malley just crafted this hilarious series from the beginning that has a nice heartfelt romance, of course, between Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers. They both slowly grow throughout the series. And the artist has this great manga, but also a mix of a neat co-op, almost like Mega Man and those classic 8-bit era video games. It's a lot of fun. And it's easily one of the best graphic novels series to come out in recent years. And it became an instant classic the instant it came out, and so much so that Edgar Wright, the brilliant director of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, signed on to make this film in 2010, even though the series hadn't even ended yet, which is interesting enough. When they made the film in 2010, the series had to be reshot to have the ending match with the original book, which is ironic considering it being manga-inspired. That happens with a lot of manga adaptations, too. When they do the anime, they realize, we're outpacing the manga now. We have to change the ending of the series. Look no further than Full Metal Alchemist know about that. But back on the Scott Pilgrim, of course, the movie ended up being equally brilliant and a lot of fun. It's easily one of Edgar Wright's best films, and Edgar Wright just makes brilliant film after brilliant film. But it's hilarious beginning again, great casting, and inadvertently ended up casting a lot of then and future superheroes, from Chris Evans as who eventually Captain America, Brandon Routh who plays Superman, and also went on to play the Atom in the DC Legends of Tomorrow, and Brie Larson who went on to play Captain Marvel. Just a brilliant cast from beginning to end. Michael Cera's great as Scott Pilgrim. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is a perfect Ramona Flowers. And of course, there's Anna Kendrick, Aubrey Plaza. Another comic connection. She plays the Shadow. She plays the Shadow Man at one point. The Shadow King in the Legion series a few years later. And so, just brimming with fun, great references, a perfect adaptation series. So, both the graphic novel series and the movie are true classics. Check them both out. Especially in these during self-quarantine times, it's a lot of fun. And now it is June 11th, 2020. Time for the favorite comic book of the week, Batman number 92 by James Tynion IV and Gilliam March, which features the regular series debut of Punchline, Joker's new sidekick/partner, replacing Harley Quinn, as Batman battles through Gotham City to stop Riddler's latest plan, in which he literally wants to turn Gotham City into his own crossword. It's actually more pretty cooler than it sounds. While Harley Quinn and Catwoman go on their own mission and inadvertently run into Punchline herself, which of course has some interesting results. James Tynion IV has a great fun with this series, giving a great action-packed issue with a classic Batman-Riddler duel where you see Batman's intelligence work multiple ways, where he's actually able to match Riddler in solving the crossword puzzle with the different riddles he throws at him, while at the same time using it to track down where the Riddler is hiding and finally put a stop to his scheme. This great classic Batman action work and so forth. And while the introduction of Punchline and meeting Harley is perfect because, of course, Punchline would have to meet Joker's old ex, and Harley Quinn, and they two meet off great, while Catwoman, of course, gets mixed up in the bunch as well. It makes for just a lot of fun, and of course points to serious consequences, as this leads up to what's reportedly going called Joker's War, and Batman number 100, which Joker apparently has decided with his new sidekick Punchline, he's going to end this battle with Batman once and for all, and we're going to see where this goes. And of course, this might be a larger part of a larger point of the Batman 3 Joker's storyline that's coming out in a few months anyway. We're going to finally get to the bottom of that as well. But overall, this has been a great run on Batman, especially after Tom Green's run, which is off and on, but still overall, I'd say pretty good. But definitely some darn good comic books coming out. and definitely a great read. Also, I'd like to throw out, I picked up Tales of the Black Freighter Blu-ray that was an add-on to the Watchmen, Zack Snyder's Watchmen from 2009, in which he did an animated version of the Tales of the Black Freighter story from the Watchmen comic, with Gerard Butler voicing the title captain character, and also a neat little documentary, Under the Hood, which delves into the book by Hollis Mason, the original Night Owl in the Watchmen, about what it was like to be a golden age superhero fighting crime, and using that as for the Under the Hood supplements from the Watchmen. This, honestly, like I said, my problem with, I think Zack Snyder's Watchmen itself was a glorious failure. But there was a lot of good moments into it, and these are definitely some of the highlights. The Tales of the Black Freighter is very well done, and it feels like the comic book adapted into a cartoon, ripped right out the page, really well animated and voice acted, while the Under the Hood documentary is also extremely well done as well, and it's great how involved all the actors were, too. Like, they bring all the actors from the movie into it. They have different age makeup, because it's supposed to be shot in the 1970s when it was going on. Just a great view in general. So, yeah. Like I said, the Watchmen, yeah, it's a film. That's a film that needs to be watched. But these are nice supplements, and I can't give Zack Snyder this. He definitely was a fan of the Watchmen, though he didn't make a good movie at the end of the day. That being said, pick up Tales of Black Freighter. I got it for pretty cheap, for like $8 on Amazon on Prime, so you got free shipping too. And it's definitely worth a review. It's for $8, can't go wrong with this. So all in all, there's a few more checks out there. If you're still self-quarantined, it looks like I said, everything's opening up, and I hope everyone's being safe and so forth. And just make our efforts with all these trying times. Of course, with the Black Lives Matter movement, we must do our best here. And it should be a point to be said that when someone says Black Lives Matter, it doesn't mean that all lives don't matter. It says we need to finally put some emphasis in rectifying this situation here with systematic racism and life in general, and making it so everyone can be truly treated equally and fairly, like a human being should. So do the best you can. Support many black artists if you can, black businesses, black comic book businesses, of course, black comic book stores and black artists as well. There are many very talented ones out there. And, of course, if you do, just go out and find some levity, enjoy a good comic book. And, of course, go out and enjoy Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, both the comic book and the movie. They are both true classics.